I'm back.
Right. And then, oh, you're good. You should, oh,
Get a better
okay.
computer, bro.
The description says episode 4 of the Library of Legends. Okay, gotcha. Right. All right.
We
Okay,
only missed
so
one session.
you're good. Technically, we did because we just had the one shot in between this session and the one that I ran before, so only missed one. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So there's 2 weeks ago we ran mine, and last week we ran Alex, and now we're back to mine. So we only missed one session.
Ran mine's a strong set of words.
I ran your session. Let's
Into
be
the
real.
ground.
Yeah, that's more
I flew it.
accurate.
Okay. So now that we are all good to go, I'm gonna start the recap. So, after being ushered into the keep by Governor Nighthill and his second-hand Escobert, they questioned you about the coincidence that you all just happened to show up the same evening that the town was attacked by a blue dragon and a large group of raiders and bandits. After clearing his skepticism, Nighthill led you down to the dungeons, where there were several prisoners being held, but more specifically, there were 3 raiders. Where's my phone? Okay. I'm gonna call the guy Curtis because I don't remember his name. Um, Longo.
Was it Cletus?
I think it
No,
was. No, I
it
think it
wasn't
was
Cletus.
Cletus.
I don't think it was Cletus because if I named a character Cletus, he'd definitely sound like this. He would be
That's the point.
definitely a Cletus.
That's true.
I'm pretty sure it was Curtis. Either way, Longo talked slash read the mind of the cultist. Gronk talked to the raider.
Yes, we did.
It's true. And Trebek talked with the kobold. Um, you learned that the dragon cult is raiding towns to gather a great horde for the Dragon Queen. Gronk learned that the gang of bandits the raider is from was hired by the cult. Wow, there's a lot of typos in this. Was hired by the cult
Probably
and
written by an
promised a
idiot.
portion of the horde as payment to help with the raiding. Not only that, you learn that their base camp somewhere in the green fields, and there are rumors about dragon eggs spreading around camp. Trebek learned that he looks similar to the boss, even though he's not the boss. Smaller.
I'm the boss.
Also learned that the kobold follow their orders and are collecting gold for the dragon lady. After learning this information, Nighthill recruited you all to go and find the raiders' camp, figure out how many raiders there are, who the leaders are, what is motivating the attack, and where they plan to strike next. Upon heading downstairs, Nighthill wanted you to search the town under the guise of darkness to see if there were any villagers left behind. Once you exited the gate, you were confronted by what appeared to be a blue dragonborn, however larger than normal. This creature, deduced to be Cyanrath, challenged Trebek to a duel in exchange for the lives of some prisoners, one of those even being Fen. Initially, Trebek refused, but after hearing how Cyanrath struck down his weak, pathetic excuse for parents years ago, he proceeded to accept. Eventually, it came out that Cyanrath was Trebek's long-lost older brother, because everyone needs a long-lost brother.
Gasp.
Even though they fought hand to hand, the sheer size and skill of Cyanrath made quick work of Trebek, as this was now the 3rd time he had gone down this evening.
I'm so tired.
Um, and so after falling for that 3rd time, the fleet of kobold behind Cyanrath just begin jumping up and down with joy at the fact that their boss has just defeated his little brother, even though they don't know any better. They don't know that. Even though they kind of got the gist after him exclaiming brother at least twice. And so, after your swift defeat, and he kicks you while you're down, causing you to lose or fail that one death saving throw, he commands his kobold to release the four prisoners, the man, the woman, and the two children. However, Fen, he decides he's going to keep. And before he heads off, and just remember, my name is Cyanrath, and I will come for you all. You all shall perish in her name, unless you come to join our forces. He
Could have
turns.
said that to begin.
So,
Yeah, what if we wanted to join him?
Yeah, I didn't even ask at first. He just beat us up, and then he's like,
Yeah,
"Well, that's what you
man.
get for not joining me."
I might have joined him if that was the case, because family.
family.
Mark, how upset would you be if our entire group decided to just join him? Hey, man, family's family.
I mean, I wouldn't be
Family's
super upset, but kind of like
family.
how if Matt and I followed the goat, it would just end the campaign.
Hmm.
And it would mean that I wouldn't have to DM this anymore. Oh my god. Um, no, I do want to DM. I'm just saying. Then I could potentially be a player. Um, or I
Hey, bring Leah back then, huh? You could bring Leah. You could just bring Leah
I
back if
could
you want to
bring
bring
Leah
Leah
back.
back. You could just bring Leah back.
No, if I was gonna say the only other thing I would do, which I know Matt, you said you wanted to do, because you said what was it, Tomb of Horrors or Tomb of Annihilation? Yeah, I would want, like, if we weren't doing this, I would want to run Curse of Strahd, but as a gritty realism campaign. Okay, yeah. Fair. Okay. Anyway, getting getting sidetracked. Um,
Oh, look, the main campaign. There it goes, off to the way.
that's crazy. Anyway, so he turns, walks away, his kobold in tow. The four prisoners run up, shaken, scared, and Nighthill, as seeing you go down, like, even though he has only known you for a couple of hours, seeing you stand up against the evil that has befallen his town, says, "Medic! We need a medic!"
Oh,
Dang, dude. I like that they called for medic before you guys came to help. I was being sarcastic.
not Gronk. Annoyed that Gronk is annoyed that he used his potion on Trabeque just for him to get down so easily.
He did.
I don't know what that
Thanksgiving.
was. It bigger and the smaller one. No, I don't know. Yeah, I actually cycled through a couple profile pictures. I had Obama in the Cars movie before this.
All right, and unfortunately, you're gonna.
Can you put that in the group chat?
Uh-oh.
Yeah. So, one, Discord crashed, and then two, my headphones died, so now I have to use the wired garbage ones that I know you guys love because it makes that staticky noise.
It's my favorite.
Yeah, I don't, because if I turn myself up, the static gets worse. So
It seems now. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's good enough.
Okay. But anyway. So yeah, so it was cool. We're chilling. Yeah, we're on now. That's how I'm talking with you guys.
Yeah, we
Cool.
don't. I mean, we
Okay.
don't need a nap. A map. I need a nap, obviously.
Okay. Yeah. So, even though he has only known you for
Crash.
You are.
this is going
Close to playing it.
exceptionally well. Anyway, we're just gonna move on. Um, so even though Night Hill has only known you, Trebek, for the past hour or so,
He knows what a baller I am, right? Yeah.
the fact that you stood up to Iron Wrath, even though you were prodded, he still saw what you did in defense for his town, and he just yells, "Medic! We need a medic!" Cool. Mhm.
Thanks, Matt.
And so at this point, he, along with Escobert, usher him
Racist.
into the keep, and just still plenty of commotion happening inside. Um, and again, just yells, "Medic! We need a medic over here!" I can't remember what his accent was. It was probably Southern. Because apparently all my characters last week were Southern. And
Same.
eventually, yeah, that's true. Eventually, coming out of one of the doors of the keep is another dwarf. Or what appears to be a dwarf. It's a gnome. I lied. His hands are quite bloody, and he looks exhausted.
Yeah, but does he have a spell slot left?
And for a gnome, given their work ethic, is quite impressive that he looks as exhausted as he is. And he, along with Escobert, lift Trebek onto a stretcher and wheel him off.
That's impressive. I'm a fat fuck.
They are quite strong for their size.
You sure Lunga
And
didn't
so,
help? He's pretty strong.
could have. And I'm assuming the two of you are by Trebek's side or doing something. What are you two doing while this is all happening?
Yeah.
Checking to make sure I
pretending to
didn't
be
have my
concerned
mic
about
muted in
it,
OBS.
Absolutely.
Because I apparently had it
Um,
muted for the past like 5 minutes. Oh, I'm muted in
And
Discord.
so, after witnessing Trebek getting not cut down, but beat down firsthand, and just the fact that his town is in shambles, and seeing the sheer size of the fleet that Cyan Wrath had brought to this town, and that again, just the kobold alone, Night Hill seems a little shaken. I'm at a loss for words. I had no idea. I'm sorry for your friend.
Yes, it's terrible. Can't believe something like this would happen. He's usually so strong.
What do you mean? This is the third time tonight.
No, never happened.
You're right. It is happening more often.
It's such a rare occasion. I wouldn't tell like a there for a second.
You did sound like Trump.
This is a rare occasion.
I know. I've been here for every occasion.
Well, he will be okay. Belgium is the best we have. Unfortunately, he's been working quite hard tonight. He's been drained of most of his magical energy earlier. Last I checked, he wasn't able to muster. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, fortunately, he doesn't have to work that hard because most of the villagers already died, right?
Okay.
Hell, if
Okay.
they already dead.
Well, I wouldn't say most, but there were definitely a handful of villages that we lost. Yes. Praise be to Tauntia. But Belgium is the best we have. Unfortunately, like I said, he has been working quite hard. He isn't able to muster up too many spells, and I know we were running low on health potions, but I know we have some in the reserves, and
I can go in a little bit. Not too great, but I'm good at most things.
well, that is much appreciated. The infirmary is just down here on the first floor.
Not like really a master of most things, but I am. Before I was gonna just make a jack of all trades joke.
Make your joke, man.
I was like, I'm not a master of most things, but I am a jack of all trades. It wasn't that great.
I don't remember what I was gonna say. Nothing important.
All right, so I'm gonna go over to Trabeque, and if he hasn't been stabilized yet, can I make him medicine, or can I try to stabilize him?
So,
I
after
don't
getting
have
him in the
medical
room,
kit.
yeah. So after getting him into the room, Belgium is able to get him stable along with the help of Escobert, and as the both of you, or at least Longo, as you show up, I don't know if Gronk is in tow, if Grongo is still a thing.
Gronk is in finger.
I don't know how good. Oh, if we need an amputee anything, I'll ask Gronk for Matilda.
Oh,
that
was what I was gonna say is Gronk can't use medical care, but I can hold somebody down if you gotta chop off a limb.
No, and we all Longo's strong enough to hold somebody down. You just use Matilda to cut off the leg.
Yeah, see, Gronk uses Matilda to cut off a limb, and Longo cauterizes. It's perfect.
There you
guys
go.
are the
Trabeque, man, you got pretty beat up. Pretty sure you only got swiped in the jaw a couple times. We might have to take off that leg, though, just to be safe.
Unfortunately, his tail's gotta go.
Oh, no.
Dude.
Oh, dude, you cut off the wrong tail. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
It's a good thing you gotta get used to it, though.
We'll be so sad.
You just... We cut over to Leah, and she was just like, I just got strangely happy for some reason.
Excuse me, it was a sharp shooting pain in her gut. Thank you.
As that's just indigestion. As the two of you enter the room where Trabeque is being held, you see Belgium and Escobar, working on Trabeque, getting him at least stable. And Belgium says he's gonna have to stay here overnight. We can get him back to health, but Escobar can go ahead and show you your room. Escobar,
I'm sure he'll be fine if he just gets like a long night's sleep. Good night's sleep. He'll be fine.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, he just
long
needs
rest,
to
if you would.
For a long time.
And so Escobar.
Ha.
Anytime, Waggle Boot. So let me know if you need anything. Two of you, come with me.
Okay.
And so Escobert leads you out of the infirmary, leads you back kind of to the courtyard, up the stairs. Eventually, you get to a room, and it says, "You can stay here for the evening. Much, but given the night,
Yeah,
better
we
than
stayed
nothing.
for shitholes than this. This'll do.
If you need anything, it'll be downstairs."
Nah, I guess just let us know if Trebek dies. That's all.
It would be slightly inconvenient if he died, so it'd be good to know sooner than later if we have to replace him.
And even though, as Mark, I know you're joking, but as Escobert, given the evening, he does take off his helmet in respect, just in case, and just says, "I will inform you if it gets worse. He's in
Hey,
good
thanks.
hands,"
Appreciate it, bud.
and proceeds to close the door, leaving you to your own devices. So if there's anything that the both of you want to talk about at all, if you want to role play at all, otherwise I can just keep moving forward. It's up to you.
So, did we know Trabeque had a family? Like, I always assumed he had a family, but like a fucked up family.
Uh, I didn't know nothing about this. This is all new to Gronk.
You have a fucked up family that I should know about that's gonna cause us problems one day.
No, don't worry. Gronk's family's all dead, probably.
Hey, mine too.
Hell yeah. That's what I like to hear.
Yeah. High five. I jump up to give a high five. So, bed.
Yeah, I think so. Gronk's had a
It's,
long day.
it's gonna be better than that brothel you found in the city.
Oh God, anything will be better. Shithole. My God.
Yeah, we stayed in a pretty nice hotel, man. I'm surprised you didn't stay with us.
Nah, sometimes Gronk gets the urge. He's got to find a lady of the night, but that thing was not a lady. That thing was a freak.
Not a lady.
Well, you can either tell me all about it right now, or we can just talk like it never happened, and we'll just go to bed.
Yeah, I think some things are better left unsaid.
You and women, man.
Again, not sure that was a woman, but okay. Let's call it a night. We can go see about recruiting. What was his name? Skeeter tomorrow.
So that one guy you were talking to down there. Oh yeah, that guy. I
Yeah,
didn't get to talk to him, but yeah.
yeah. He seems like a cool dude. Honestly, I mean, it seems like both of our other party members got about a 50-50 shot of them just never coming back. So we gotta have some sort of contingency plan.
Honestly, it feels like we could just choose. We want to go out and save Finn, but we probably should. I feel like you'd want to be saved.
Yeah. Does he though?
We'll sleep on it.
Yeah. All right, we'll sleep on it. Good night, buddy.
Good night, big guy. As I use prestidigitation, but any type of fire or like the candles or whatever around us that's place lit.
Okay.
Hashtag lit.
Unlit.
Hashtag unlit.
McKinney's.
And eventually, morning comes, and what was once a frantic and chaotic evening turns into, I wouldn't necessarily say a calm morning, but certainly a,
Docile one.
yeah, that's a good way to put it. the smoke from the town is simmering down,
Most of the fires have been put out.
and it seems at this point, any villager who has survived is within the confinements of the keep.
Do we recognize any of them?
Any of the villagers?
Any of the villagers? Did we see them that was in our group that kind of ran off that went below? Like, I guess I can see the white dots on the map. Did any of them make it into the?
Who did we lose?
Here we go.
I think all the named villagers died.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all the named villagers died, but
I
he's
might
curious
have
if
lost 3 brothers, but I did gain another.
Fortunately,
the one. So with all the commotion happening, you have not seen any of those 4.
oh, so there were 4 villagers that survived.
Or 4 of them
Well,
that went down. We
not
haven't.
necessarily. Yeah, you don't know if they survived or not, but they were 4 that were able to split off from the group before Trabeque made his decision that strength in numbers is probably for the best, and persuaded everyone to stay put and try and fight together. I mean, hey, he made a pretty good persuasion check, and I did not. So, and again,
mean,
sometimes you rolling better than me isn't a good thing. Sometimes.
Nope. Not really.
But yeah, so as far, again, with all the commotion, with Trabeque and interrogating the prisoners, dealing directly with Night Hill, you haven't seen the 4 of them. And at this point, in the morning, Escabert knocks on the door. I guess you hear a knock at the door.
Hello?
That you ask about?
Time to see your friend.
In state.
Huh?
We opened the
What
door. Did he
state
make
are
it?
we gonna see him?
Live. Not,
Hold on. I need to
not
roll a
dead.
die.
Live.
Roll.
Gronk is mostly relieved.
Yeah, Longo's okay with that.
Thanks.
Okay, cool.
There's a small part of Gronk that's like, that's one less spot for Skeeter, but
And so after the both of you get dressed,
Did
he
he wait
ushers
on?
you.
How alive? Did he offer you a pamphlet?
Not yet.
Oh, okay, so he's
that's
still
not
pretty
good at
bad.
all.
That's still pretty bad. Okay, we gotta get to him. He could go at any moment.
Critical condition.
Yeah, and so at this point, Belgium is nowhere to be found, but Escabert escorts the both of you downstairs and leads you into the infirmary where Trabeque, you are alive and well.
Sleeping.
I mean you'd probably be awake at this point, but given your evening, you're probably still kind of exhausted. And if you want me to give you like, I don't know, a word, like a level of how exhausted you are, based on the fact that you have gone down 3 times in the past evening,
That's more often than most bards do.
I would probably say on a scale from 1 to 7,
I don't even know where to mark that.
you're at
Please
least
be
a
a 1.
1.
Okay.
You're at least a 1.
Where do I even mark that?
You just have to remember. It's really annoying. So you are.
Okay, it goes away in a long rest, doesn't it?
Goes away. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So even after the long rest, you
Yeah,
are
I got you.
suffering the effects of one level
You
of
had
exhaustion.
2 levels of exhaustion, and then you got rid of one of them with.
Yeah.
So we,
Yeah. Um.
Wait,
but
hold on.
you-
1 to
you are-
7, Mark.
Is it 1 to 6?
1 to 6.
Oh, well, there you go.
is
I was
Well,
like, level 6 is death.
morning,
Okay.
fellas. I
7
had
is super.
quite the dream last night.
Uh,
Man, you look like shit, but that's how you
where's
normally
Finn?
look, so I can't tell.
Brother, do you have a coma? Where's this Belgium guy? I got some questions.
Belgium.
The guy who saved
I'm
your
sorry.
life.
Where's Finn?
Oh, he's dead probably. We'll find out soon enough.
Your brother has him.
Oh,
Apparently, it's your
well,
brother. I didn't know you had a brother.
we don't have time for this. Where is Finn?
With your brother.
We
We
need
gotta
to get him, and now.
Well, he did go off on his own, and we didn't see him for a while. And then when next time we saw him, he was outside the keep, but he looked like shit. And yeah, your brother had him.
Then we
And,
need
like-
to get him now.
You sure we should rush into something like this? You look pretty exhausted. Literally exhausted.
It doesn't matter. Some things are more important than my health.
Well,
Like,
I mean, I can't disagree with that, but is this one of them?
Yes, I get out of bed. Why is it so airy in my rear side?
You still have your tail.
Yeah, of course I have my tail.
he's
but I'm
saying
probably
he's wearing like
down.
a.
Oh, gotcha.
They stripped him of all of his armor, and he's yeah.
Yes, yeah, your armor is definitely off.
So where are my clothes?
You need them.
And I'm assuming you're asking Escobert.
Yes.
They're put in the pantry over there.
Well, you remember the interrogation? Oh, okay. Tell me what all do you remember, and then we'll fill in the gaps for you.
Well, I remember speaking to a small one in a cell, and if it wasn't a dream, I remember leaving the keep and running into someone that I would rather not talk about
Why are you asking where Finn is then? If you remember all the way up to there.
because I didn't know if he was released or not.
Oh
That's
no!
dumb.
After you got your ass kicked, he released everybody else except for Finn.
Well, ass kicked is strong, but yeah, sounds like we need to go get him then.
While this conversation's happening, I'll go grab his armor out of the pantry or whatever.
Thanks.
Get over.
Thank you, Gronk.
Kitchen.
Welcome.
Yeah. So after you you said get an ass kicking was too exaggerated. Or like, what'd you say it was? Putting it
A
lightly.
bit of an exaggeration.
Right. So after you somewhat got your ass handed to you, we brought you back into the keeper. They did. When by the time we got to you, they were working on you, kept you alive. They told us that it was a flip of the coin if you were going to make it or not. So
Well.
we went to bed.
The good one is on my side then.
Well, he saved your life literally like hours before, so I don't think he'd want you to die just yet.
No, it was definitely his work in his hand and no one else's to save me last night.
Oh, in that case, why do we bother dragging you back here?
Yeah, we could just left you out on the
But that'll
floor
make
out
some
there, and
time.
you probably would have been fine then, right? Like,
Like I said,
Belgium
it
is the
was
guy who saved you.
Thanks.
That
Bahamut. I am alive. It was his hand that guided me back.
You know, that's a good point. Next time
Pretty sure it
you're
was a
mortally
gnomes.
wounded. Next time you're mortally wounded, we'll just let Bahamut cover it. We'll move on with our lives. Sure, he'll handle it.
Yo, Big B, can you get this guy up for us?
We know
Silvery Barb's
Where
not now. We're
Finn is.
doing Silvery B. I know he's platinum.
guys, I need you to focus.
About what?
Where is Finn?
You probably at the camp you guys got information from for those people downstairs. I don't know.
Then we need to go.
We
Why is he
might want to
care
see if the
Ben so
villagers
much?
need. We might need to see if the villagers need our help, but okay.
Escobar, do you need our assistance, or may we have leave to go find our friend?
More than willing, or more than welcome to leave if you like. They are serving breakfast outside, or in the courtyard.
Thank you kindly. I will make way towards the door, and as I'm about to walk out the door, go, oh, and one more thing, in case you have a little spare time. And I hand him a pamphlet.
All right,
as
he's
I'm
back.
Putting my
It's
clothes back.
okay.
I was worried for freaking nothing.
And then he accepts the pamphlet, turns to both Longo and Gronk. He has indeed handed me a pamphlet.
Yep. Yeah, he's fine. He's fine.
It's a good
Well,
read, and I wink
He's
at him.
he's relatively fine. Like he's fine for his levels.
Yeah, it's a little weird how much he wants to say Finn suddenly, but other than that, he's pretty much back to normal.
You know, I just gotta ask a question. How many pamphlets do you have? Do you just have like a printer in your back pocket? Like you have so many of these pamphlets, and we haven't even gone to a temple to get more of them.
You
Yeah,
need not worry.
Like it's never occurred to me, but like always have a pamphlet. Is that like some paladin thing I haven't heard about? Like that you just always have reading material about your god on you?
Bahamut always supplies what I need.
He casts produce pamphlet. It's a cantrip.
Like if Bahamut just gave you a handful when he brought you back for dead, that would have been acceptable. And then like if we have to stop by a like and buy stop by a temple in town, I'd believe that. But you just have these things.
Well, I have quite a few of them. I do not have an unlimited source, but why are we discussing this now? We have much more important things to get to, gentlemen.
It just occurred to me.
Well, we will discuss this later, all right?
I sincerely doubt that, but okay.
Alright. And so as the three of you do head out and make your way into the courtyard, you can see that most of the villagers are flocked over in a general direction, waiting in line to receive their breakfast. And you can see that on the tables there are two large vats of gruel that is being served to everyone just to give them some sort of sustenance. And so, as are you guys gonna wait in line for food, or are you just gonna stick with rations? Just out of curiosity.
Probably wait. It's not much different, honestly, from what I remember. Rule and rations are about.
I'm gonna take some food so we don't waste rations.
Yeah, and so as you go in line,
Jerky, dried fruit, hardtack, and nuts are all rations.
that sounds slightly better than gruel.
For you,
We've
Fair.
been living
And
on rations.
Gronk loves it.
you can see Night Hill is kind of checking in on his villagers, kind of walking back and forth, seeing how everyone's doing, and eventually spots the three of you in line and walks over. Well, glad to see you're well rested and alive.
Yeah, Gronk tends to agree. It's better alive than dead. How's things going with the village?
Well, it's a little tough. They unfortunately burnt down the silo and got most of the other major buildings here. Fortunately, the keep was able to hold, so the all the reserve stock that we had in here. You know, we can keep that for a month or two, but obviously we're gonna have to start sending people out, bringing back more supplies. Unfortunately, like I said, Cuth was our main gatherer. He was the one who headed into town to get our supplies for anything that we couldn't harvest ourselves. So,
Any folks you got left know how to hunt?
there's a few, but right now most of them are kind of shaken up. You know, if they've ever experienced anything, it was either wild owl bear or bugbear or brown bear, black bear, any kind of bear, just not a polar bear. Don't really
Gronk
get
hates
those around here.
bugbears. Don't get Gronk started on bugbears.
Oh, bugbear, aren't they the worst? I
They're
mean,
so ugly too. It's a
they're
hideous
all.
creature.
I mean, I don't even know why they're called bugbears. To be completely honest, I guess they're bears that bug you.
It's
That's
a
about it.
stupid. It's idiotic.
I agree. But anyway, you know, a beast here and there, maybe a pack of wolves sometimes in the winter, but never anything of that scale or multiple scales, as he gets to Trebek. He's got scales.
I look at him puzzled.
Right. Anyway, glad to see you well.
Yeah, we got one more fella. We gotta see if we can save.
Yeah, I'm really sorry about your other friend. And I know our three of you are y'all still okay heading to the Raiders camp?
Yeah, we'll see
Most
if we
of
can.
my people are kind of frightened. They don't really want to leave right now, and I feel like my place right now is supposed to be here, tending to my people.
We'll see if we can do something about that or about them. Sure, they don't
And
come. I don't think they'd come back, considering the ones we talked to last night. But well, sure they
I
don't.
think their interest has settled on us.
I have a feeling they're not coming back. It would be quite foolish of them to attack a place that they had just attacked, even though they know we're fearful. Now we're ready, just in case.
Plus, trying to raid for treasure, and they probably already took all your treasure.
That's the other thing. I mean, again, they didn't get all of it. We do have what we have in the reserves, but again, fortunately, they weren't able to make their way into the keep. I guess that would really be the only thing causing them to come back is trying to get in here, trying to get rest. But I think we can make do. And if it is going to be the three of y'all, I think I can spare fourth, if that's okay with you three.
That would be a huge help.
Is
Gronk
it the
has some
guy?
mind in
Much
that.
appreciated.
Yeah. Is it the guy down in the dungeon?
He yells over, "Waggle boot!"
Waggle boot. The
And
fuck?
He like a cleric?
you see Belgium come back, and he goes, "Yes, boss."
Belgium Waggleboot.
Belgium Waggle boot. This here is one of our finest healers in the town. I would say his use is here. However, he did do us quite justice last night, healing everyone that he did, and keeping anyone who wasn't dead alive. So for him, I am incredibly grateful, and I think he would be a good addition for now, just
Well-
so you can get your friend back. Obviously, he's not going to be a permanent member of y'all's. What do y'all call yourselves?
Hold on, out of game. Are we calling ourselves Lute Force now, or whatever the other thing Corey came up
No.
with?
Heart smellers?
No, we're Lute
No.
Force.
I kind of like Lute Force though.
I love Glute Force, but maybe like a different party or under different circumstances.
I don't want to retcon our existing. People know Lute.
I literally just go back and change all the titles and descriptions. Nobody would
No, the people of Fendalen know Lute.
You know,
That's true.
Discord kept cutting out the first letter each time we said it.
Lute Force.
Yeah, I couldn't even tell what you said that.
Well, then you continue to call it Lute Force, but we will know it's Lute Force.
Now we can call ourselves Lute Force.
Right.
I was just seeing if we wanted to change the name because we came up with those ones.
Actually, now that we have this Waggle Boots guy, we could temporarily call ourselves Lute Force.
Or Waggle Loot.
Lute
Yes,
Force it
alright.
is.
Or not.
Well, you
Our
definitely
adventuring
are
party is
Leah,
called Lute
but
Force because
I guess you'll do.
I don't know who this Leah is, but I am a healer.
Well, we'll see about that. I'll just turn and walk away.
So Beck sure
Thanks a
is
lot,
bumping
Mark.
The guy that just saved his life.
yeah,
Oh,
this is
no,
the
I
guy
was
that kept you
unconscious.
alive. Yeah, well, we told you this is the. I told you like it was the gnome that like kept you alive.
I'm
And then you were saying
actively
no, it was the
ignoring.
other guy. It was the other guy. It was a big dragon or whatever, but no.
First tells his god to fuck off. Now he's telling the guy who saved his life.
I didn't tell my god to fuck off.
Let's see.
Let's check
Your
the tapes.
exact
I think I
words
have it.
Were
Fuck off,
get out of
my
my
head.
head. Yeah, fuck off, get out of my head.
What?
After the quick
Oh.
light and you ran off.
Oh, because I didn't know it was Bahamut.
Whatever. We'll come
I
back
thought
to
it was
this.
Tiamat.
Just-
Anyway. Alright, boss. Yes. Yes. Easily.
I'm not your boss.
Easily.
I was hired by these guys
Finished?
too, technically.
There we go.
Yeah, sure.
Alright, so I'll be with you for a little bit, trying to get back your friend.
You're a cleric?
And- Yes, I'm a life cleric. I quite enjoy healing. I am really trying to find the... as a gnome, we tend to tinker. And I'm trying to make contraptions, and it's hard, but I know it's doable, but contraptions that you can put people in that can just heal them, that have, like I, as a cleric, I've been bestowed magical powers by my god. How I can put that magical energy into a machine that doesn't lose that magical power. I know power dissipates. I know that's how it works on
Have
us,
you
but machines.
have you talked to an artificer? Or have you talked to an artificer?
No.
Also known as an artificer.
Well, that all sounds like a bunch of science mumbo jumbo. I suppose next you're gonna tell me that vaccines work.
I was just about to. Yeah. Well, they do protect against a lot of things.
Is it too late to kick this guy out of the party?
You know, for once, Gronk, I think I might be inclined to... No, you know what? He seems smart.
Alright, I'm muting you guys for a second. Vaccines work. Take them.
Please take vaccines. Please.
Please take
Please get your
vaccines.
vaccines, please.
Take vaccines. And with that being said,
Just
let's
because
kick
we are
this
idiots in
retard
game
out of
does
our
not mean
party.
we are idiots out of game.
this
Like-
libtard has no idea what it means. to be
Okay,
a
okay,
libtard.
so we are now going on to the... I'm not getting canceled in the future over this stream. Okay, we are now going to the party or to the camp or flight time skip.
Well, maybe
No.
we should discuss our approach before we just go waddling on over there. I think we should come from a distance, find high ground, and make a lookout before we decide just to wander on in.
Well, okay, it's up to the north, right?
East.
East.
I thought it was northwest.
I didn't
Mark,
talk to the
like-
guy.
I guess, yeah, all of you go ahead and make history checks because you're all.
Let's see.
We're all wrong.
24.
But you're all saying you're all saying different things.
I rolled a nat 1, and I know I'm the only one who's right.
I almost have like bountiful luck or something.
Can I use
You rolled
it?
You rolled a nat 1. You get to re-roll it around me.
Thanks. 15. I love you.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so what did you roll, Matt?
24.
24, 25, and 15.
Yes, ma'am.
Gronk, where's your?
7.
Oh, okay, 24.
He's a
15,
minus
7.
1 to history.
Beautiful.
He doesn't remember things good.
So,
Hurt my brain.
Somebody told me. I
Trabeque, you
should've-
said it was to the east, right?
Yeah.
So you at least remembered that the path that the soldiers came in on was to the eastern side of town. Longo, you are recalling that I believe it was the what's his name? The cultist.
Yep.
I don't know if I ever gave him a name. When you were either in his head or when you were chatting with him, that he said or claimed the Northeast. And then Gronk, you were relatively infatuated by Curtis. That, east, west, it's kind of all the same. Directions aren't necessarily your strong suit. Again, Fen, it's only Fen. If it was Longo, then you might know the direction. You might care a little bit more. But, you and Fen have never really seen eye to eye, so you haven't really put a whole lot of stock into it.
Okay. So, as we were all like trying to figure this out, I'm like, why don't we just go ask the guys down in the dungeon one more time just to confirm?
Because Gronk
like
is
him.
eating cool.
Maybe we could take them some gruel to get information out of them.
Or Gronk could pretend to take them gruel and then eat their share.
Buddy, whatever tactics you think would work. But I'm pretty sure it's to the northeast, or like the north and northeast area.
Oh boy, am I tired.
So what is happening?
Are we gonna go talk to him, or are we just gonna go to the northeast?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm tired, and then tactics to potentially go down and interrogate, but I never got a hey, we're doing this.
Gronk is just going to stand here and eat breakfast. I'm not
Let's-
really concerned with anybody else.
I'm
does.
okay with going to the northeast, but if somebody else
Let's
wants to
just
extend it-
go to the northeast.
All right, and so before you all head off, first, Night Hill wanders off, comes back, and hands you all. Let me just make sure that I have this down correctly. Excuse me. Okay. So he offers each of you, just the three of you, not Biljam, a potion of healing to take with you on your travels.
Mighty kind of you, sir. I take it and hand it to Gronk. Gronk, I think I owe you this.
And
Logger.
Night Hill, I don't think you'll be needing these, because you do have Belgium on your side, but you can never be too careful. Plus, if he somehow goes down, maybe those won't be for you.
It was just a potion of healing, a normal potion of healing.
Yeah, just potions of healing. Not lesser, not greater, just potions of healing, yeah.
I have 2 greater. Well, I have this one.
It is much appreciated. Please take this as a gesture of good faith and kindness, and I hand him a pamphlet. Go back to eating.
Well, that's quite interesting there, son.
I'm like, it's a great fire starter.
I mean, to be fair, you're not wrong. However, given the circumstances of last night, knowing that the Dragon Queen is behind this, I'm not gonna lose my faith for Shantia, nor Tia or Tom. But I will definitely have Platinum Dragon in my mind, given last night. Thank you, son. And he ushers you, or walks over with you towards the main gate and opens the gate for you. As it opens, a young man walks up to you, limping heavily.
Which,
on his...
human?
Yeah. A young human man walks up to you, limping heavily on his bandaged left leg. I hear that...
No, go ahead, sorry.
I hear that you intend to follow the raiders and see where they've gone. I'd like nothing better to come with you, but in this condition, I'd slow you down. In the midst of all this tragedy, there's no reason you would have heard about the fate of my master, Leosin Erlinther.
Let me write that down.
Oh, great. More big names.
I don't like it.
What's your name, by the way? Let me just, that way in case we do find him. Okay.
My name is Nessim Waladra.
Can you spell both of those names?
So Nessim is, or are you asking him to spell his name?
Either way, like, if somebody tells me how to spell those 2 names, I'll be okay.
Okay. So his name is Nessim, Nesim.
Okay.
And then Waladra is Waladra.
Well, I definitely missed both of those.
And then Leosin is Leosin. And Erlinther is ErLanthEhr.
So
What's
it's
the one thing
Nessim
kid's name again?
Waladra. Nessim Waladra is the student, right? Or like the
Yeah, Nessim Waladra is the student, the one who is actively
Leos-
talking to you.
You said it.
Leosin Erlander.
Erlinther.
Erlanther, yeah.
Go ahead, Alec. What were you going to say?
Nah, it's okay. It's good. Matt hasn't written down. I have enough of my notes that if I say something along those lines, Matt will know.
There you go. It's
And he says, there's no reason you would have heard about the fate of my master, Leosin Erlinther. This is important, you know? He is a monk from Burdusk. He disappeared last night, after we fought a particularly savage battle against raiders. A few others and I fought our way to the keep, early. Leosin didn't make it at all. We went back this morning to look for him, but all we found was this. And he holds out
What? is this? A center for ants?
It's to be at least
Three times bigger than this.
But yeah, so he holds out a broken staff and a choker.
Like a
Y'all-
necklace choker?
Yes, like a necklace choker.
Obey my dog.
He always wore his choker. So it's troubling that he is without it. Also more troubling that not that he's without his staff, but that his staff is broken.
Is Joko, was he by any chance, was his name by any chance Lucky?
I cannot. It was.
Alright. Just check. He didn't
Sorry.
bark at all, did he?
No. I mean, orders, yes, but
Could he polymorph?
not to my knowledge, no.
Alright. Interesting. Well, we will hold on to these and we will look for him. Well, we will keep an eye out for him and let you know if we find anything when we return. If we return.
Oh, I pray for your safe travel and return. Leosin has been Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I just said thanks, bud. Appreciate that. By the way, do you need that thing amputated?
No, thank you. It's fine. It'll recover. A few days.
Oh, that thing looks like it might be infected.
No, I think it's
We'll take
okay.
care of it for you. Just lay down right there.
It's okay.
You know, son, sometimes amputation can save the body.
Belgium, as the
yes.
cleric, what do you think? Do you think he needs this thing amputated?
I cannot say that he needs it amputated.
But you
I'm
also
pretty sure he just needs some rest.
You also can't say that he doesn't need it amputated.
You know, Leah would have known the answer.
He just needs some rest. Let him be. And he continues. Thank you. Leosin has been investigating these raiders for months. I fear that he might have tried to infiltrate their group when they retreated, or worse, was captured and carried away as prisoner. No one understands these bandits better than he does, and his knowledge will be invaluable against them. When you find their camp, please look for any sign that Leosin is there. One of my brothers has already departed for Berdusk to bring back help, but it will be many days before help arrives. Anything you can do before then would be a godsend.
You mean a Bahamut said?
There are like multiple gods.
That
Trabeque.
that might be yours, not mine, but I can find no fault with the Platinum Dragon.
Well, you might want to change your tune, considering who we're up against.
You're not wrong, but I just, would at least like to have my master back first.
Well, I understand that, but in the meantime, I urge you to do a little bit of reading, and I handed him a pamphlet. I'm getting everybody today.
He's got so much room for those under his tail.
Infinite space up that hole.
In some places, they call it a prison pocket.
Hey, Trabeque, sometimes when we're out adventuring for a long time and we haven't been in town, do you ever use those to wipe?
No.
Up
Definitely
your
not.
grave sin.
Can Gronk get a few of those just in case?
Yeah, if you'd like to read a little, I can.
Yeah, Gronk loves to read. You know that. Thanks.
I, trusting Gronk, hand him 3 pamphlets.
Oh man, these
Mm-hmm.
the 2-ply.
Is it like wax at all, or is it like Gronk? I'm wondering, like, is it like this? Like, how's the paper feel? Is it like wax at all, or does like the ink just kind of like flow? Is it? Like
All
it's-
Gronk knows is it feels absorbent.
Well, if I thank you for this, but I will be off now. I'm quite hungry.
All right.
Well-
Well,
So-
we'll see about your master.
Thank you.
You keep us up to date on that leg, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. Belgium. I'm assuming some of your other apprentices are, and yes, they are still here. They will tend. And he walks off, goes and gets some gruel, and joins a troop of similarly clad young lads. And
You mean
as
they
far
all
as
have broken legs?
yeah, exactly. So
That
and
troop-
as
Did they
far
all?
as
Did any of them get like? Do any of them just have their knees bandaged?
yeah, they all look like they took an arrow to the knee.
Oh, interesting.
all
They
of
used to
them.
be travelers.
And so as the four of you joined with Belgium at off, again, you can at least trace most of the tracks. You know, the ones that aren't just going towards all of the buildings, burning them down. You can see that the tracks at least head due east out of
Or
town. And
They are the ones that are leaving, or the ones that are coming into town? Like, which are we following?
so you can see that there are some coming into town from the east, but you can also see that there is an equal amount leaving, or not necessarily exactly equal, but, you know, approximately the same, leaving in that direction as well. So you do head east for about half a mile, and you're seeing a mix of tracks ranging from kobold to human to reptilian creatures. And, you know, as you're following these tracks, that there's one thing that you know for certain, is that there were indeed quite a lot of them. And, you know, proceeding further and further, you do
Mark, real quick.
begin to... Yeah, go ahead.
As we're walking, can I focus on the kobold tracks to try and gain a very good understanding of what the tracks look like in the dirt as we're walking along, or the grass or mud?
Sure. Go
Try
ahead
and
and
separate them out.
make a survival check.
Okay. Oh, guys, I'm so good at this one. Got a whole 10. Pretty average.
I mean, as far as the kobold tracks, you definitely know that they are significantly smaller. The kobold are not a particularly large race of creature. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just going to keep trying to follow him as we're walking.
And, you know, as you are following them, you know, it leads you for about a mile, mile and a half, as the tracks do begin to start spreading a little bit, and also as you enter into the fields themselves and the mud trail begins to kind of come to a halt. The tracks are becoming harder and harder to follow, so I need everyone to either make a perception or survival. So pick one of those two and let me know what you roll.
I'm proficient with those.
I am the same in either, so I'm going to take
Yeah.
survival because that's what I was doing earlier.
I'll also go survival.
I'll do
got it.
perception then.
16.
Well, that's a nat one, so roll that.
Okay.
16.
All right. So, Trabeque, you know, you being focused on the kobold tracks, you know, again with their smaller feet, and as the tracks are thinning a little bit due to the natures of the paths, as well as entering into the fields, you're kind of losing trail at this point. However, Gronk and Longo, or let's start with Gronk. Gronk, you can see that the bigger reptilian tracks, you can see where they are heading, and they're heading actually heading out of town. And through the green fields, you can barely make out that the fields look like they have been disturbed, or at least marched through. Longo, because you made a perception check, the thing that you glean from this is you again notice that the fields look like they have been disturbed and marched through as well. But more particularly, not necessarily following the track, but as you were following the tracks initially, you noticed that the footprints, the beast's footprints specifically, were deeper, heading out of town than they were marching in.
So I would assume that they were that they were deeper, probably because they were heavier, because they were carrying out treasure, and gold is heavy, and or like other things they captured, like maybe their fallen comrades they were carrying too. Longo's has a 14 intelligence. I think he'd be able to put that 2 and 2 together.
And so, yeah, and based on that, you can tell on the amount of deep tracks that they got quite a bit. But again, Gronk, you can see that everything is heading south. So now that you are in the green fields, what is your marching order, and at what pace are you going to move?
Well, I think we should move slow. Because it didn't seem like they were gonna kill Finn if they didn't there. They're definitely holding him for a specific reason. So I think we have time on our hands, but we got to be careful. So we move slow.
Do we
I
have to
don't
go
think we
single
can-
file, or can we go 2 by 2?
Oh, they're wide open fields, so you can even spread out for quite a ways. I just need to know, like, if is anyone going first? Are you guys
I
going
think
side by
Trabeque and Gronk
side?
should be up
What?
front.
Do you think we could have a conversation about it in game?
Oh, I'm just saying, like, this is what I think we should. We can discuss it how you want.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be nicer to have a discussion in game that way. I'll play.
I think we need to move through the field slow and stay together. Now, since waking up this morning,
And as you say, sorry, I'm gonna interrupt for just a second. As you say, stay low. The gnome cleric goes, "That's my specialty."
Uh huh.
My specialty. Gronk says.
yeah,
Um,
I don't think we can stay very stealthy, so we gotta stick to our numbers. But
How tall is this gnome?
Let's see.
because Longo's pretty tall for his
No, Longo.
I'm still a
I thought
halfling.
Longo is like short,
Longo is tall for a halfling.
but Longo's tall for. God damn it! So y'all are all tall for your.
We've been over
think
this multiple
green-
times.
Longo is like 3 feet, right?
He is exactly 3 feet.
Jeremy larger
I-
is better. Chair Mark.
We are all tall characters, but Longo is just a halfling,
All
so
right. So he said, let's see. The thing says.
not a yardstick, but
All right. So we're just for ease. He is 3 feet tall.
Okay, he's a widow guy. And how tall is the grass?
3 feet tall is.
I just want to know if he's
Oh,
if
yeah.
he's basically concealed.
Yeah, he would basically be concealed. Even Longo, you said you're 4 feet tall?
I'm 3 feet. We are the same height.
The same height? Okay, yeah. Both of you are pretty much going to be concealed.
So
in
the grass is
so it's
about
mostly just
3.5, 4 feet tall.
it's tall grass. Like
Okay.
it's not like corn height,
Okay.
but it is, it's tall grass.
Well, that does certainly work out for you, not Leah. But I'm thinking for myself and Gronk, we're just gonna have to crouch as low as we can.
You
move
just call
slow,
him not Leah.
and we'll move slow and safely, watching out for any kind of people or traps, and staying in cover because we will be wide open there. But stay near in case we need to help each other.
Yeah,
Can
so
agree
I
to that.
think you two should go up first because you are the frontliners, and we'll hang out right behind you guys. But just
I agree.
And Gronk can take the lead. Gronk is not quite as good at tracking as Fen, but know a thing or two about some.
And then I will have.
Gronk has
I gotta
more
make sure
surprises
have
than
my
I do.
Armor on chainmail. Okay.
All right, so you guys are going 2 by 2 with Gronk and Trabeque taking the lead, and then
I want to like kind of
not
crosswalk.
Leah.
Mostly my head is sticking out of the grass, if that's possible. Uh-oh.
Oh,
Oh,
you're fine. I just
Oh,
ended the stream.
Are you coming up with a new map, or are we just not doing anything?
random encounter. We are moving along in the tall grass, Matt. That's all you need to know.
What? We're in the tall grass. Oh, where are my balls? I need my balls. Multicolored balls. Usually red. They're usually red and white. Sometimes they have
Have
other
anyone seen
colors
the
on them.
captain's balls? They're like rat testicles, but smaller, like 2 Tic Tacs.
I just calculated Longo's BMI because he's 3 feet tall and 42 pounds. 22.8. He is perfectly in the normal weight range. I thought it would be like low. Only 42 pounds. And he carries like a way more than that.
Well, Marker's preparing us. I'm gonna grab something.
Sorry. There's one thing I just realized I forgot.
Unprepared DM. No.
I know, right? What a shocker.